You ever look in the mirror and hear a voice whisper, "You're not good enough"? You're not alone. That silent self-doubt, that loop of negative self-talk, is the reason most people never rise, never start, never feel like they belong. They keep waiting for approval, for the right time, for permission to believe in themselves. But here's the truth. Your breakthrough isn't waiting on anyone else. It's waiting on your words. The way you speak to yourself every single day is the foundation of your confidence, your success, your life. And if you're constantly repeating, "I can't," "I'm not enough," then guess what? That becomes your reality. But what if, for the next 21 days, you flipped the script? What if you built yourself up instead of breaking yourself down? This is more than a challenge, it's a mental reset. You'll speak 7 powerful affirmations every day, truths that rewire your brain for success, confidence, and momentum. And when you shift your words, you shift your world. If you're ready to believe in yourself again, drop a 9 in the comments and hit subscribe, because this is where the transformation begins. Let's go. First and foremost, I am perfect just the way I am. Can you count the number of times you told yourself you weren't worthy of success? You have to be more accomplished, wealthy, beautiful, or intelligent to be worthy. The environment we live in is always trying to convince us that something is lacking, that we need strive to be better versions of ourselves before we can feel valued. However, the reality is that you are sufficient as it is. You are perfect just the way you are, and no one needs you to prove it. Love, prosperity, and happiness are yours for the taking. You are enough just the way you are. Realizing your own power and beginning to affirm this reality are the only things that are required of you. I am sufficient. I want you to tell yourself this first thing in the morning for the next 2 weeks. I am sufficient in my own right. Keep this reality in mind first thing in the morning, before you check your phone or give in to the influences of others. Because the world will intervene if you allow it to dictate your internal monologue. Many people in this world will tell you that you're not good enough, that you're falling behind, and that you need to improve yourself before you can be considered worthy. No, they are falsehoods. Consider it. You can go at all the great leaders, innovators, confident and successful people in history and see that they all had to make a decision to believe in themselves at some point. Their bravery was not innate. Confidence wasn't bestowed to them. They were human too, and had reservations. However, they chose to stop asking for approval and start doing what was necessary. Everything shifted the second they did. Now picture your life as if you really believed this statement. If you could simply stop trying to prove yourself wrong and start apologizing for being yourself. If you could just go around knowing that you are worthy of attention, of having your voice heard, and of living the life you want, then you would be validated. Envision yourself entering a room in that manner. Picture yourself speaking. Think about all the choices you'd make if you believed in yourself 100% of the time. That you are insufficient is not the issue. You still haven't given yourself permission to believe it, and that's the issue. It's second nature to you now that you've been harboring self-doubt for a long time. Now imagine for a week that you tried something new. Imagine if the affirmation, "I am enough," were to supersede all your negative thoughts, self-criticism, and uncertainty. When you make a firm decision, this is what will transpire. You will begin to become aware of negative self-talk by the end of the first week. Your self-doubt will become more apparent, and you will start to replace it with self-confidence. Feelings of change will begin to surface by week 2. Your self-assurance will start to radiate. One day, you will just quit doing that. Give up being a hypocrite and just be yourself. Put an end to the idea that you need to prove yourself before you can enjoy life. You will have successfully rewired your brain by the 3rd week. Your behavior will begin to mirror your revised worldview. When you stand higher, talk louder, and confidently take charge, others will notice. When you have faith in yourself, others will see that faith in you as well. More important than everything else is the way you speak to yourself. Your life will mirror your self-deprecating beliefs if you convince yourself again and time again that you are insufficient. On the other hand, you may make it a reality by telling yourself again and over again that you are sufficient. For the next 7 days, please tell me that you are satisfied with me just the way I am. Recite it first thing in the morning. When timidity starts to set in, utter it. Just say it before you turn in for the night. Believe it, not only speak it, because things will start to shift in your life once you accomplish that. The second is that I get stronger with each test. There are many obstacles in life. There will always be times of trial and tribulation, challenges and difficulties, regardless of your identity or level of preparation. But let me tell you the reality. You are stronger than those obstacles. Their purpose is to strengthen you. Those who have had it easy are not always the strongest, most successful, or most resilient individuals on earth. They are the ones who overcame adversity by becoming wiser, stronger, and more resilient.
You may be going through a tough time right now. You may be having trouble making ends meet, suffering professional or personal losses, or just having moments of self-doubt when you feel like giving up. Perhaps you believe that life is treating you unfairly and that your plans are falling through. I choose to ignore the question, why is this happening to me? I would want you to change the way you think. Please inquire, what am I learning from this? For the simple reason that you are being prepared for something bigger with each obstacle you face. Please keep repeating this affirmation to yourself for the following 2 weeks. I get stronger with each obstacle I overcome. Recite it first thing in the morning. If anything goes wrong, say it. Make sure to say it before you turn in for the night. For the simple reason that everything will alter the second you accept this as true. You will become unstoppable when you cease seeing obstacles as barriers and begin to view them as opportunities to grow. Consider the world's wealthiest and most accomplished individuals. In your opinion, did they have it easy? No, their attempt was unsuccessful. It was difficult for them. They couldn't win. However, they did not let their setbacks to define them. Rather, they turned them into opportunities for growth. Never one to let setbacks deter him, Michael Jordan bounced back after being cut from his high school basketball team. It inspired him to work out more. Oprah Winfrey defied the critics who said she couldn't make it as a TV host and went on to have a legendary career. Many people warned Elon Musk that Tesla would fail, yet he persisted nevertheless. Resilience, not skill, separates the successful from the unsuccessful. Now picture your life transformed if you saw every obstacle not as an endpoint, but as an opportunity for growth. You keep telling yourself, "This is making me stronger," rather than giving in to feelings of despair whenever things don't go your way. I am learning something from this. I am getting ready to go to the next level with this. By conditioning your thoughts in this manner, you may unleash an immense amount of power. You learn to embrace setbacks. Rather than letting setbacks depress you,
You learn to welcome them as opportunities to grow into your destiny. You should start keeping track of how you handle difficult situations within the first week of using this affirmation. Perhaps dissatisfaction sets in. Perhaps resignation is on your mind. Perhaps you have doubts about your own abilities. It is typical. Just remember to replace such ideas with this affirmation the second you become aware of them. I get stronger with each obstacle I overcome. Keep repeating it till you absorb it. Say it until it starts to seem like your go-to when things become tough. Something will change by the second week. A new perspective on issues will dawn on you. When you change your perspective, you will view adversity not as the end, but as an opportunity to learn and improve. Feeling in charge of your challenges will begin to set in. The way you react to them is what defines you, not them. A complete change will occur in you by the third week. You will have developed a winning mentality. Problems will no longer be scary, since you'll know they're really helping you grow. With unwavering self-assurance, you will face any challenge that comes your way, whether it a professional opportunity, a financial loss, or a personal issue. Achieving success hinges on this. Avoiding issues is not the point of life. Being the kind of person who can conquer these challenges is the key. Those who don't shy away from difficulties but instead welcome them with open arms, seeing them as chances for personal development. The greatest thing is that this kind of mental training makes you courageous. You muster up the courage. You must abandon the pursuit of ideal circumstances. You start doing things, taking risks, and owning your authority. Regardless of the difficulty you may be experiencing at the moment, I want you to tell yourself this. The experience is fortifying me. I am being set up for success like never before. With each passing day, I am getting stronger, wiser, and more formidable. Pronounce it each morning. Whenever life challenges you, say it. When you're ready to give up, say it. The minute you accept this as true, there will be no turning back. The third one. I attract prosperity and happiness with the power of my thoughts. Whether you're conscious of it or not, your ideas create your world on a daily basis. Everything you encounter in life, from people to chances, is a product of your thoughts, the phrases you use internally, and the ideas you maintain. Whatever you give your undivided attention attracts more of it. Negativity attracts more negativity if that's what you dwell on. Paying attention to issues will only bring more of them to your attention. Unpredictable changes will begin to occur in your life once you begin to mentally train yourself to concentrate on prosperity, success, and positive. Just say this positive affirmation out loud first thing in the morning for the following 2 weeks. I attract prosperity and happiness with the power of my thoughts. Proclaim it with all your might. Experience it deeply. Take it at face value. You are doing more than just speaking when you say it. In doing so, you are rewiring your thinking to be more successful. This is how you should look at it. Imagine your brain as a search engine. No matter what you enter, it will search for proof to back it up. Whatever you tell yourself, whether it's, I'm always going to fail, nothing ever works out for me, or I never get lucky, it will eventually become a reality. As soon as you tell yourself things like, I attract success effortlessly, nevertheless, chances begin to present themselves. The universe is conspiring to help me. Observations will begin to be interpreted by your mind in a new light. Possibilities will start to materialize where you formerly saw only challenges. People whose goals are congruent with your own will begin to gravitate toward you. It takes more than chance to achieve success. They haven't been selected. No one is born with a leg up on them. Mastering the art of mental control is their only accomplishment. Achieving their goals is their ultimate goal. They have faith in their capacity to make things happen. They are able to confidently act on their beliefs, which in turn produces outcomes. Picture this. You conditioned your brain to think in this manner. Imagine for a moment a world where you begin each day with the conviction that positive things are on their way, rather than dwelling on all the negative things that may happen. Imagine for a second if you anticipated success rather than dread failing. Have you ever considered the possibility that things may turn out well instead than pessimistic? The world may be transformed by that one mental transformation. You will begin to become conscious of your thoughts throughout the first week of practicing this statement. Put a halt on your negative speech every time you hear it. Swap it out with this positive statement. I attract prosperity and happiness with the power of my thoughts. Your brain will start to rewire itself to focus on success rather than failure the more you do it. Minor changes will become apparent around week 2. Perhaps a chance encounters you that you were not expecting. Maybe if you talk to the correct person, a door will open for you. Suddenly, you could find that you're more at ease in settings where you used to be anxious. There is a reason behind this. You may feel your thoughts synchronizing with the results you want to achieve. A dramatic change will become apparent by the 3rd week. A change will occur in your energy level. As a result, you will begin to see possibilities rather than problems. As if everything is falling into place for you, you'll start to have an overwhelming feeling of self-assurance. Because of this, you have trained your mind to anticipate success. You transformed into the kind of somebody who captivates it. You can't always get what you desire from this world. You get exactly what you want and think you're worth. Therefore, make this belief your own beginning now. Success and optimism seem to gravitate toward my thoughts. Pronounce it each morning. When doubts begin to sneak in, say it. Keep repeating it until it becomes a part of your everyday life, believing it will bring you joy. Despite my fears, I always act confidently, which brings me to my 4th point. The majority of individuals are unable to pursue their dreams because they are afraid to do so. It prevents individuals from moving forward because they hesitate too much, ponder too much about every choice, and wait for the right time to act. They hear the nagging thought, "What if you don't succeed? How will others see this? It's too soon for you." They fall for these falsehoods unwittingly. They succumbed to their fears. Their decisions, deeds, and destiny were all controlled by it. Now imagine you were able to escape. Imagine for a second if you could act confidently, regardless of how you felt about it, rather than waiting to feel confident. Actually, being fearless is not the same thing as having confidence. When you're confident, you act even when you're scared. Fear is something that every great leader, entrepreneur, athlete, or successful person you look up to experiences. They distinguish themselves by not allowing fear to dictate their actions. Regardless, they proceed. They are daring. They force themselves to ignore the pain. And it is the reason why they get stronger. As their self-assurance grows, they achieve the success they never thought imaginable. Please, confirm this to me every day for the next 2 weeks. Even in the face of dread, I act confidently. Say it out loud every morning. Say that before you make a major choice. Say that whenever you feel fear trying to hold you back. Because when you start telling yourself this, your perspective starts to change. Do not procrastinate any longer. Feel free to speak out now. In order to build confidence, you must learn to take action. If you could overcome your fears, think of the changes that would occur in your life. If given the chance, how many would you have jumped at? By this point, how many of your goals would you have accomplished? If you had stopped worrying, doubting, and hesitating and started doing something, how far would you be now? The truth is that things will grow more challenging the more you put it off. You strengthen the perception that you are unable every time you pause or allow fear to dictate your decision-making. But you show yourself that you are strong, competent, and capable of handling it every time you take a stride forward in spite of your fears. During the first week of using this affirmation, you will become aware of the frequency with which fear attempts to hinder you. Perhaps it's the dread of being alone, of trying something new, of making a mistake, or of being rejected. Listen closely. Whenever you feel that dread rising, push through it by taking a baby step forward. Go ahead and do it nonetheless. Say this affirmation and then do it. No matter how nervous you are, how trembling your hands are, or how full of doubt your mind is, something will change by the second week. There will be fear, but it won't be overwhelming. As time goes on, you'll come to see that your fears were probably exaggerated. Your self-assurance will rise as you demonstrate that you are capable of managing the challenge, not because the dread goes away. By the third week, you will have made significant progress. You will have overcome your fears and taken action so often that it will become second nature. You will no longer be hesitant. You will have less self-doubt. Rather of sitting around and hoping for good things to come to you, you'll start acting like someone who controls their own destiny and moves confidently through life. The worst error you can do is put too much stock in self-assurance. One gains self-assurance via doing. Suddenly, being courageous is not something you do. Repeatedly behaving against your fears is the only way to become brave. Whenever you're ready, you do it. When you do anything, you get yourself ready. Let this sink in. Your strength grows with each courageous action you take, no matter how terrified you may feel. Limiting yourself out of fear just serves to strengthen your sense of inadequacy. What kind of persona do you want to create for yourself? The one who does nothing, dwells on regret, or the one who seizes the day, does what they want, and lives the life they see for themselves? I want you to remember this for the next 7 days. I face my fears head-on and act confidently anyway. Declare it. Take it at face value. Embrace it, for the simple reason that everything will alter the second you do. Rank 5. The correct individuals and chances keep popping up in my life. The individuals you let into your life and the opportunities you let them in-shape your life. Unbeknownst to you, the way you think, feel, and believe attracts certain people, situations, and experiences. You will continue to experience the consequences of your negative self-talk if you dwell on the fact that you are always unlucky, that wonderful possibilities elude you, and that you inevitably mix with the wrong crowd. Everything may change, however, if you adjust your thinking and begin to affirm, I bring the proper people and chances into my life. Just say this positive affirmation out loud first thing in the morning for the following 2 weeks. The correct individuals and chances keep popping up in my life. Rest assured, say it. Make your words count. Why? Because what you let into your life is directly correlated to the tone of your internal dialogue. Let this sink in. Connections, fortuitous encounters, or doors that opened at just the right moment are the common culprits behind people's most significant successes, breakthroughs, and opportunities for change in their lives. Those doors, however, do not open at will. When you're in harmony with the energy of prosperity, expansion, and success, they open. When you think good things are about to happen for you, including meeting the right people and seizing chances, your attitude and behavior change to reflect that. Without realizing it, most people block their own blessings. They convince themselves that they aren't prepared, which causes them to pass up fantastic possibilities. They reject helpful relationships because they doubt their own merit. They never put themselves in situations where they could meet the proper individuals because they think it will never happen. Change your mindset and believe that the appropriate individuals are already coming your way, and you'll see incredible results. Possibilities that were always there begin to stand out. A sense of who can support your development begins to dawn on you. As you transform into the person you want to be, you begin to attract experiences that complement that transformation. I want you to pay attention to the energy you bring to situations throughout the first week of reciting this affirmation. When you meet someone new, how do you act? How certain are you that they will not enrich your life, or that they may be able to? In what ways do you take advantage of chances? Do you jump on the opportunity, or are you too afraid or doubtful? Minor changes will become apparent by the second week. Perhaps someone who can assist you contacts you out of the blue. Perhaps an opportunity presents itself to you just when you need it most. Perhaps something more substantial will emerge from a casual discussion you have. These occurrences are not random. Changes in attitude and vitality produce these outcomes. In week 3, you'll start to attract high-quality connections. These are the partnerships with individuals that encourage, inspire, and help you achieve your objectives. Tolerance for negativity and low-energy relationships will end. When you find other individuals who are enthusiastic about the same things you are, you'll feel an instant connection. Once you connect yourself with the energy that draws chances, you'll find that they appear to flow to you effortlessly. Not because you're fortunate. Try to picture prosperous individuals. Opportunities pass them by. These things entice them. They are not social climbers. Their magnetic presence makes them easy to get to know. It's like they're born with that quality. For the simple reason that they anticipate success, they make it happen. Try to put yourself in their shoes and see what happens next. My challenge to you is to repeat this statement aloud every day for a whole month. I want you to not only say the right things, but also behave in a way that draws in the correct possibilities. Project an air of self-assurance. Enter spaces as if you were born and raised there. Think of every discussion you have as a potential meeting with a potential game changer. Things will work out well if you just wait for them to. Negative self-talk about your luck has to end. Quit thinking that you can't achieve your goals. Put an end to the idea that good things can only happen to other people. That is not true. I believe in you. You have earned it. Plus, all of the necessary items are already en route to you. Therefore, say it, believe it, and live it now and for the next 21 days. When you make the appropriate connections, your whole world will change. That's why I make it a point to let good things happen to me. There should be nothing but joy, prosperity, and tranquility in my existence. That brings me to my 6th point. On a regular basis, how many times do you remind yourself that you deserve to be happy? How often do you tell yourself that you are deserving of happiness and success? It seems like a lot of people think they have to work for their pleasure. It seems like they have to fight for success. It seems like they won't be able to rest until they've done all they can. But let me tell you the reality. In order to deserve these goods, you are not required to demonstrate anything. You are already deserving of them. Every morning for the next 2 weeks, I want you to tell yourself this: I am deserving of a life filled with joy, prosperity, and tranquility. Recite it aloud. Put some emotion into the phrases, since your self-talk dictates the things you let into your life. The notion that you must endure hardship before you may experience pleasure in life will manifest in your life as long as you hold that view. Everything will start to change, however, if you tell yourself daily that you are deserving of happiness right now, that success is coming your way, and that serenity is within you. Consider it. I wonder how many individuals make happiness their ultimate goal in life. A promotion will make them happy. They convince themselves, when my income increases, I will be pleased. Once I do this, I will finally be able to relax. However, once they arrive, what will transpire? They shift the objective. They justify their lack of happiness by telling themselves they need to do more. But they persist in their waiting. Because they are so preoccupied with the future, they never stop to appreciate the present moment. Joy is not an end in itself. One may choose. You don't just stumble into success. Aligning yourself with it is what it is. You are not required to work for peace. It is formed by your own hands. I am deserving of happiness right now. When you begin confirming, it is time for me to succeed. Peace is due to me now. You cease to wait. You must not pursue. You must begin to live. The first week of using this affirmation should focus on recognizing the frequency with which you rob yourself of happiness. When did you last belittle your accomplishments? When should you celebrate yourself? How often do you not? When wonderful things come your way, how often do you let yourself down because you feel unworthy? Observe these instances carefully. This affirmation should be your go-to whenever you find yourself thinking along these lines. Currently, I am deserving of joy, prosperity, and tranquility. You should expect to see changes beginning in the second week. Your appreciation for what you have in life will grow. Instead of waiting for anything significant, you will learn to appreciate the little things in life. Instead of wondering whether you are deserving of success, you will start to feel worthy of it. If anything threatens your serenity, you will instinctively avoid it. This affirmation will start to feel natural to you by week 3. Having fun is something you can do without shame anymore. You will stop putting obstacles in your path by questioning your worthiness of achievement. When you realize, at your core, that serenity is your default setting, you will no longer allow anxiety and depression to rule your thoughts. After you've come to terms with the fact that joy, prosperity, and contentment are already yours, you'll start acting and thinking differently. Consider the confident, at-ease individuals you meet. They appear to be able to draw chances to themselves with ease. Is it your belief that they are always unsure of their deservingness of happiness? Nope. They're hoping for the best. After achieving their goals, they celebrate. Peace is something they really embrace. Plus, life keeps showering them with more of it after they convince themselves they're deserving of it. Imagine for a second if you followed suit. Just for a second, picture yourself letting yourself experience happy without worrying about whether you deserve it. Just for a second, picture yourself stepping into the successful version of yourself rather than worrying about whether you are good enough. Picture yourself making peace a part of your everyday existence rather than just hoping for it. You won't be kept waiting. Showing your worth is not required of you. You have shown yourself worthy. Therefore, I want you to confirm this now and throughout the next 21 days. I am deserving of a life filled with joy, prosperity, and tranquility. Pronounce it each morning. When uncertainty arises, say it. Recite it till it really resonates with you. Simply said, everything will alter the second you accept this with all your heart. Seventh number, I have complete command over my own fate. In life, you'll always face a crossroads. You may either write your own narrative or sit on the sidelines and let events unfold. The majority of individuals go through life responding to events, responding to the views of others, responding to uncertainties and fears. Instead of taking charge of their lives, they sit back and allow things happen to them. However, you stand out. Even in your own life, you play an active role. The wheel is on you. You are now obligated to accept that fact as your own. Every morning for the next 2 weeks, I want you to tell yourself this: I have complete command over my own fate. Proclaim it with all your might. Make your voice heard. Why? Because your actions are dictated by the inner dialogue you have with yourself. What happens to you in the future is entirely up to you. Let this sink in. You have arrived at this point in your life as a result of every choice you have ever made. Your current reality is shaped by the things you have said yes to, the things you have said no to, the habits you have preserved, and the ones you have let go of. That is a really profound insight. Since your present is a product of the decisions you made in the past, it follows that your future will also be determined by the choices you make now. Those that break through to the next level of success have this mentality. Courageous individuals don't sit around waiting for approval. They act without regard for timing. Whenever they are ready, they act. They shift. They take charge. Their future is something they actively shape. Excuses are not made by them. Their choices are final. Plus, things start to work out for them after they make a choice. Your authority has been eroded over an extended period of time. You may have placed the blame on external factors. Perhaps you have placed the blame on others. Perhaps you have even held yourself responsible. But assigning blame has run its course. There will be no more delay. Make your decision now. Feeling in command is a choice you make. Your future is something you may shape as you choose. You take full responsibility of your life and decide that you will decide what occurs next, regardless of your background, current situation, or obstacles. I want you to take note of how often you allow life to happen to you throughout the first week of uttering this affirmation. How often do you pause before acting? How often do you let uncertainties, fears, or the views of others to control your choices? If you find yourself feeling helpless at any point, pause. Just to refresh your memory, I am the one who decides my fate. Changes will become apparent around the 2-week mark. Your decisions will become more daring. You may find yourself contemplating the question, what would I do if I had complete control over my life right this second? After that, you'll base your choice on the future you see for yourself, rather than on apprehension or habit. Everything changes by the 3rd week. A profound sensation of strength will wash over you. Life will no longer be something you patiently await. One day, you'll be the one to make the changes. The time has come for you to quit stalling and get things done, knowing on a fundamental level that you are the one who creates your world can free you from fear. This is the embodiment of genuine liberty. Embrace the power to shape your own future and break free from the chains of your past. Nobody can tell you what you're capable of anymore. Feel free to break free from self-doubt. You have complete autonomy to shape your life according to your desires. So consider this. What type of future do you want to build for yourself? Would you rather spend your life responding, questioning, and hoping things improve all the time? Or are you ready to stop taking things lying down and start making things happen? It is up to you to decide. To you, it has always belonged. Those who realize their potential, who succeed, who make extraordinary lives for themselves, those individuals are not fortunate. They don't stand out. They just made the decision to stop letting fate decide for them. It became a reality because they said it, believed it, and did something about it. It is now up to you. Adhere to this statement over the next 2 weeks. I have complete command over my own fate. Pronounce it each morning. Whenever you sense uncertainty beginning to take hold, utter this thought. Pronounce it just before you settle on a choice. Make sure to say that whenever you find yourself in a bind. Do something afterwards. Proceed with intent. Make a firm decision. Take calculated risks. Take charge of your life. Reason being, the minute you do, your whole life will start to alter. I want to tell you about the life-changing effects of reciting all 7 affirmations for 21 days. What we say has an impact. Your thoughts, behaviors, and realities are built around the words you repeat to yourself over and over again. Unknowingly reinforcing your fears, doubts, and limitations via repeated negative self-talk may have been going on for quite some time. However, you can start retraining your brain for self-assurance, achievement, and change the minute you begin repeating these 7 powerful affirmations daily. Your outlook on life, your methods of making decisions, and your ability to shape your destiny are all about to undergo a radical transformation in the span of only 21 days. These words can seem strange at first. Maybe you have your doubts. While saying them, you may feel some reluctance. The reason for this is that your mind has been trained to tolerate restrictions for an extended period of time. Still, I will suffice so long as you maintain your affirmation of these 7 facts. I am empowered by every obstacle I face. Achievement is drawn to me like a magnet. Even in the face of dread, I act confidently. The right people and opportunity find me. I am deserving of joy, prosperity, and tranquility. Plus, my fate is entirely within my hands. Changes are taking place. You begin to trust them. You begin to embody their veracity. They will soon become your new normal, and you won't even notice it happening. Towards the conclusion of the first week, you should feel a heightened awareness of your thoughts. The next time negative self-talk attempts to sneak in, you'll be able to detect it. You will catch yourself when you say, "I'm not good at this," instead, "I am sufficient. This is something that I am capable of managing." You will begin to see obstacles not as problems, but as chances for personal growth. From a place of need to one of plenty, of power over fear, and of uncertainty in yourself to unwavering faith, your perspective will start to change. The change will start to take hold around week 2. Your demeanor will change. Knowing you are valuable and do not require validation from others will give you the self-assurance to walk taller. When you start to change, others will treat you differently. Not because they're better, but because you are. You are now functioning with more self-esteem and confidence. Possibilities will start to materialize where you formerly saw only challenges. And when you set your mind to succeeding, opportunities will start to present themselves to you. By the 3rd week, an extraordinary event takes place. Your self-affirmations blossom into your actual self-actualization. The need to artificially inflate your self-assurance has faded. Naturalness has set in. Finding joy is no longer an issue for you. Your soul already has it. You seize chances when they arise. Invent them. When terror strikes, you don't hesitate. Regardless, you take action. You have let go of the need to seek approval from others. For your own sake, you affirm. Your subconscious mind has completely embraced a new reality, that you are strong, competent, and in charge of your destiny. And as a result, your habits of self-doubt, hesitancy, and negativity start to fade away. Actually, your subconscious has been keenly aware of your every move. All of your beliefs, words, and thoughts have been molding your life so far. You can alter that today, however. It has always been yours, happiness, success, and peace, but you have the capacity to change your self-talk and make it your own. You can replace fear with confidence, manage your thoughts, and attract possibilities instead of roadblocks. Say these 7 affirmations aloud every single day for the next 21 days. Start your day off well by saying these affirmations first thing in the morning. Reiterate them in your head one more time before you turn in for the night. When difficulties arise, repeat them to yourself to keep your strength in check. Immerse yourself in these words and see the miraculous changes happening in your life. The way you talk to yourself has a profound effect on your life. Over the last week and a half, you have spoken strength into your life. You have empowered yourself mentally by believing in yourself, seeing obstacles as opportunities, drawing success to you, and embracing your power. Plus, you've experienced an internal shift. Perhaps your self-assurance has grown. Perhaps you have begun to see changes for the better, such as improved relationships, more self-confidence, and access to new prospects. Alternately, you may realize, maybe for the very first time, that your own fate is entirely within your hands. However, it is only the start. Word repetition was never the objective of these 21 days. Their fundamental message was the need of retraining your neural pathways, releasing limiting beliefs and behaviors, and embodying your full potential. A decision is now at your fingertips. Is this the end of the transition, or do you want to build upon it? To tell you the truth, affirmations aren't something you do for a week and then quit. Confidence doesn't only last 3 weeks before you start to question your abilities again. No, this will now be the norm for you. The power of positive self-talk and the manifestation of material prosperity are things you have seen firsthand. Just think about what will happen if you keep doing this for another 21 days and another 21 days after that. The people who have a lasting impact on the world don't accomplish things once and then forget about them. Their dedication to the process is what makes it worthwhile. They consistently put in the time and effort required. They make a conscious effort to manage their thoughts, behaviors, and routines. They are able to shape their own destiny when they do this. Therefore, I dare you. Please, continue. Remain consistent in using these phrases daily. Maintain your mental conditioning for achievement. Never forget that you are sufficient. You have strength. The correct people gravitate around you. You are fearless in your pursuit of your goals, and you control your own fate. Reason being, it becomes more true the more you repeat it. The more you buy into it, the more of a part of your life it will shape. This is more than just an obstacle, and whole way of life. It is now up to you to experience it yourself. Restate it with conviction this time. I am sufficient. I manage. Achievement is drawn to me like a magnet. I take bold actions. The right people and opportunity find me. I am deserving of joy, prosperity, and tranquility. I have complete command over my own fate. Now is the time to put it into action.